This is a moment that none of us could ever be prepared for. One of the all-time greats, the icon, Ozzy Osbourne, has died at the age of 76. Tributes are pouring in from around the world, from rock royalty, including from his bandmates in Black Sabbath. So many statements to get to. Let's take a look at the tributes as they're pouring in on this historic day in music, mourning the loss of Ozzy Osbourne, just weeks after his final performance. First, we have Rob Zombie sharing, "Goodbye, Ozzy. Thanks for everything. It was always a blast being around you. You will be missed." From Rick Beato, he wrote, "Today we say goodbye to the godfather of metal. Fly high, Ozzy." Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day wrote, "No words. We love you, Ozzy." Brian Head Welch from Korn shared, "Lord, thank you for all the experiences we had with Ozzy Osbourne and for the absolute kindness he and Sharon Osbourne displayed to Korn over the years, especially the first few months after our debut album came out. Let waves and waves of your love, mercy, and forgiveness wash over Ozzy as he reconciled with his brother, Randy Rhoads, forever." From John 5, he shared, "Thank you, rest in peace, we love you." Gary Holt wrote, "Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Thank you for the years of life-changing music and for letting me be a part of Back to the Beginning. Legend. It was an honor to play your song." John Moyer from Disturbed wrote, "It's a sad day in metal today. Rest in peace to the Prince of Darkness. There will never be another Ozzy." A statement from Pantera just shared a short time ago reads, "Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Thank you for all that you did for metal and Pantera. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Sharon, Jack, Kelly, Amy, and Lewis, we are so very sorry for your loss." From Jamie Josta of Hatebreed, he shared, "I can't believe we've got to live in a world without Ozzy now. I love you, Ozzy. Rest in peace. One of the greatest and most influential ever. Truly a one-of-a-kind voice. My deepest condolences to Sharon, Kelly, Jack, Amy, Lewis, Zach Wilde, Sid, Blasco, and everyone who ever had the pleasure of knowing, loving, jamming with, touring with, or just admiring the man, the myth, the legend. What a life and impact." And we have a statement from Youngblood just in, who was very close with Ozzy and his family and recently went viral with that standout performance at the Back to the Beginning show. He wrote, "I didn't think you would leave so soon. The last time we met, you were so full of life, and your laugh filled up the room. But as it is written with legends, they seem to know the things that we don't. I will never forget you. You will be in every single note I sing, with me every single time I walk on stage. Your cross around my neck is the most precious thing I own. You asked me once if there was anything you could do for me, and as I said then, and as I will say now for all of us, the music was enough. You took us on your adventure, an adventure that started it all. I'm truly heartbroken. You were the greatest of all time." Indeed he was. A statement in from Billy Idol reads, "Very sad to hear of Ozzy Osbourne's sudden passing. I'm so glad that I could be a part of his solo induction into the Rock Hall last October, and that I got to honor his achievements in the light of his passing. Here I am pictured with Ozzy and Steve Stevens on that night last October. I saw Black Sabbath 1 month before the album came out at Worthing Town Hall in 1968. I was right at the front, and his tassels were touching me. Ozzy embodied the spirit of rock and roll, and he performed right to the end, as we saw most recently at the Back to the Beginning concert. My condolences to Sharon, Jack, Kelly, and the whole family. My heart goes out to you." Poison vocalist Bret Michaels released this statement, writing, "As I raise the rock horns towards the heaven, tonight's show with Def Leppard in Saratoga Springs, as well as all the shows this week, will be dedicated in loving memory of Ozzy Osbourne and the loss of one of the greatest rock legends to ever live, and to my friend Sharon Osbourne and the entire Osbourne family, sending my deepest condolences. Ozzy, may you forever rest in peace, and thank you for rocking our world." And from former Van Halen vocalist Sammy Hagar, he wrote in a statement, "Ozzy Osbourne was and will always be a one-of-a-kind true rock legend. For him to have been that close to death on July 5th and still get up there and perform like he promised. Wow, that puts him in a category of his own. Talk about commitment and loyalty to your fans. Nobody's going to outdo that ever. Rest in peace to my brother. You did it all. Sammy Hagar." Gavin Rossdale from Bush put out the following statement. He shared, "Rest in peace, Ozzy. A great man, a true legend. I met Ozzy through Jack just a few times, but he was so warm and kind and funny, and I love that memory. Sending much love to his family at this difficult time. Rest in power." And from Dream Theater drummer Mike Portnoy, he shared, "Like every single one of us on the planet right now, I'm in complete shock over the news of Ozzy Osbourne's passing. We all knew this day would eventually come, but it seemed like he was still going to defy everything and live forever. There's a small comfort in knowing he was able to play his final concert only a few short weeks ago and feel all the love and gratitude that this whole world has for him. How poetic that he was able to give and have his final farewell surrounded by all his loved ones, family, and friends. Thank God for that, and thank God for Ozzy. You impacted and enriched all of our lives. Thank you. And from Rob Flynn of Machine Head, he wrote, absolutely gutted to hear about the passing of Ozzy. Both Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne's band are more of an influence on my singing, lyrics, songwriting, guitar playing than words can ever speak. I love you, Ozzy. Rest in power to the greatest to ever do it. And from Rage Against the Machine guitarist Tom Morello, who recently served as the music director at that final show, he wrote simply, God bless you, Ozzy. And from Kiss vocalist Paul Stanley, he just shared in a statement, we have lost a legend, from Sabbath to Blizzard and onward. Ozzy has impacted countless bands, and that will not end. Kiss was humbled to be an opening band for Sabbath in the mid-'70s. Through decades, I've known him. Ozzy has always been a kind and very funny soul. Fly high now. And Brandon Boyd from Incubus shared the following statement. Rest in peace, Ozzy. My deepest condolences to family and friends. The Osbournes were uniquely generous and kind to us in Incubus as we came onto the music scene and will forever hold a place in my heart, not only as one of the most influential frontmen in the game, but also because of the kindness and generosity that he, Sharon, and the kids always showed to us. We're forever indebted to you guys and grateful beyond words. He will be missed, but his legacy is immortal. Thank you, Ozzy Osbourne. And a statement from Bam Margera, which reads, legends never die. I'm grateful to have shared this moment with Ozzy Osbourne, hosting at the VH1 Rock Honors in Vegas. Rest in power, Ozzy. Your spirit, your voice, and your madness will echo forever. Jack, Kelly, and Sharon, my wife and I share your pain. Our love and condolences to you. And from pro wrestling legend and Fozzy frontman Chris Jericho, he wrote, thank you, Oz, for all the joy you brought to us. And Wolf Van Halen wrote, legend, thank you for everything, Ozzy. And Rex Brown from Pantera shared, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Thank you for everything. Sending love to Sharon and the Osbourne family. And Marilyn Manson released a heartfelt statement thanking Ozzy for all the inspiration. He wrote, Ozzy was a genuine hero and inspiration to me. It was one of the greatest privileges in my life to have known him as a friend. His beautiful spirit will remain in my heart forever. In simple but profound words from Slipknot legend Corey Taylor, he wrote, without Ozzy, there is no me. My heart has broken. And from legendary Korn frontman Jonathan Davis, he wrote, this man meant the world to me. He was one of my musical heroes and did so much for me personally and for Korn. I'm going to miss our little chats. My heart goes out to Sharon Osbourne and the family. Rest in peace, my brother. Your memory and what you have done for music will live forever. And now from Ozzy's beloved bandmates, first we have a statement just in from Tony Iommi. He shared, I just can't believe it. My dear friend, Ozzy has passed away only weeks after our show at Villa Park. It's just such heartbreaking news that I can't really find the words. There won't ever be another like him. Geezer, Bill, and myself have lost our brother. My thoughts go out to Sharon and all the Osbourne family. Rest in peace, Oz. Tony. And from Geezer Butler, he just shared in a statement, writing, goodbye, dear friend. Thanks for all those years. We had some great fun. 4 kids from Aston. Who'd have thought, eh? So glad we got to do it one last time back in Aston. Love you. And from Motley Crue bassist Nikki Sixx, he wrote, so many amazing tributes rolling in about Ozzy. What a loss to music all around. But I wanted to share a little something private about how kind and sweet he was. My daughter Frankie set up a stand to sell duct tape pellets, I know, in an area both Ozzy and I used to live called Hidden Hills, California. I was standing there with my daughter, and all of a sudden, I hear Ozzy yelling my name. He wasn't driving, so he jumped out of the car. And it was still slowly rolling and came running over to our little stand and asked what was going on. I told him and he laughed and said, well, then I'll take them all. That was Ozzy. I will forever be grateful. He gave our little ratty band from Hollywood our first big break. Thank you for the music, your kindness, and wicked, wicked sense of humor. Journey well, our friend. And a statement from Dan Donegan of Disturbed wrote, rest in power, Ozzy Osbourne. Thank you for the music and inspiration. Music fans all over the world will miss you, but your legacy will live on. And a tribute just in from Dave Mustaine of Megadeth, which shared, dear Ozzy, I'm going to miss you, not nearly as much as your incredible soulmate, Miss Osbourne. Thank you for everything you've done for us all. See you on the other side. Dave Mustaine. This is a profoundly sad moment in music history. Tributes from around the world, from music royalty and beyond, will surely continue pouring in. We're going to be covering this closely as we continue to honor the life and legacy of the greatest of all time, Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace.